Hello guys, NautoAce here, and this is going to be a follow-up on my thoughts of Yoshinori Ono leaving Capcom. But it's not about him, but in fact it's about what they call it, the window seat. So in that video I kind of mentioned that, and of course you follow certain people as well, they kind of mentioned it. Vesper Arcade, Maximilian dude, he actually said something that's about the window seat. The term of window seat, I gotta give it credit to Pierre Schneider of IGN, and also in that video I linked to a older video from G4 Icon. Yes, G4 is making a comeback in 2021, but that's a different story there. And Pierre Schneider can explain what happened to Gunpei Yokoi. Okay, so it's been a while when I actually heard the situation of Windows Seat. The last time that I heard like in a major internet story about a Windows Seat situation was, believe it or not, Ken Kuraragi for me. I didn't know about Keiji Inafune. According to Max, he also got like a window seat. I just thought that he just quit the company because he just wasn't too happy, but it is what it is. Again, I don't follow Capcom that much. Max does, so I mean, if it's true, then it's true. So anyway, going back to this topic. So yeah, the follow-up is all about window seat. So this is sort of like a, I guess, culture thing that might be interesting, might not about it. So of course, for people who knows about this, and you understand what I'm going to talk about. For somebody new, I want to give my explanation what a window seat is and my thoughts about it. First of all, a window seat, the reason that even exists in Japan is like kind of like Max said, is that in Japan, if you've been working the company for so long, like you're a legend or you're a veteran, you get immunity of getting terminated. In America, to some extent, I could be wrong, is that even if you're in a high up, even if you say you're a CEO, if you do something really severe that looks bad, it makes the company look bad, yeah, push comes to shove, they'll terminate you. So you can even say, well, after the long years, say 20, 30 years in the company, I screwed up only once, I'm terminated because it was a big screw up. Again, kind of like Philip Muniz, a big screw up can ruin the company's reputation, and you kind of see it there. So that's the thing, the difference. In Japan, however, the minute you become a veteran or a legend there and you've been there for long in the company, like Ono's been there for 30 years, you don't get fired. However, to some extent, they're going to mistreat you. I mean, is there something like that also in America? Maybe, maybe not. Can't really speak for it, and that's probably something that you could talk about it, but probably best not in America. But in general idea, maybe that exists. But in Japan, it's actually more common there than in, like I say, in the US. So the biggest one that people probably gonna remember about the window seat situation is, again, like I said, the reason I said I learned it from G4 Icon is the legendary late Gunpei Yokoi. So for people in the video game community who are old and follow Nintendo, you guys probably or should know who Gunpei Yokoi is. For people who don't know, because you're new and you're new to Nintendo, let me explain a bit. Gunpei Yokoi is a legendary developer, producer, and the creator of the Game Boy, the portable system. So of course, if you know what a Game Boy is, it's a handheld video game. The idea is, well, to play on the go. I mean, what's the new console that does that now? The Switch. So what it started is on the Game Boy. That's what it is. I mean, it's not as powerful as a NES, but the Game Boy, you're able to play anywhere. So, and Gunpei Yokoi was the one that created that. So the portability, he's known for doing portable system. That's what it is. Of course, he did the Game Boy Pocket as well, and I think someone followed his blueprint to do the Game Boy Color. But at the same time, even though it's a legendary, even so he contributed a lot to Nintendo. There's one thing that he made a mistake that, to some extent, sadly, ruined his career and was given a window seat. And that is, I know a lot of people probably going to know this, the Nintendo Virtual Boy. So, again, I'm going to link the episode for G4 Icon. Gunpei Yokoi, because one part of it is the Virtual Boy. The idea behind it was to play high-powered SNES games or higher portability, but the concept behind it is instead of a console, handheld console, Game Boy, it's a goggle machine with a controller. However, for people that know about the Virtual Boy, there's a lot of flaw to it. Of course, the lack of strap, you gotta put it in a table, and of course, the infamous red graphic. It's all red. Of course, there's been a lot of rumors and stories about the Virtual Boy, like the even far-fetched rumor. And I know I did a showcase about the Virtual Boy, also the N64, and I'll explain it later. First of all, some of the rumor that unfortunately either never been proven or debunked, like it fade away. This is like a rumor that basically was never proven, never confirmed that it's real or not. It was just like, yeah, well, people forget about it. Who cares? It's the Virtual Boy. And that is a lot of the thing about the Virtual Boy that Gunpei Yokoi, again, this is just rumor. It could be just really nothing. It's just probably something that came from my ass. But I read this on the internet. Reliable or not, well, you decide. But this is what I just heard in the internet, what I read. One is that the Virtual Boy wasn't supposed to be red. It was actually supposed to be colored. Two, it was supposed to have a head strap, not some weird stand that you put in the table. And here's the juicy one about, it's a far-fetched rumor that the Virtual Boy also supposed to be integrated with the N64, and the talk is to enhance your experience playing N64 games to some extent. Not all of them, but some of them. So imagine like using the Virtual Boy as a goggles, playing Super Mario 64. So imagine using it like you got a better vision, like wider than 4x3. Remember in 1996, widescreen didn't even invented yet. It didn't even start until 2006 per se. So imagine that, like using the goggle, you're able to see more of the game. I mean, certain games. Like I said, one of them was Super Mario 64. Again, that was a far-fetched rumor, but there was something that it was supposed to integrate with the N64. However, the problem is that again, people were talking about it, that in order to put all those features, the make it color, to add a head strap, and the integration with the N64 is he needed more time to do that. He needed a feature. Unfortunately, the higher up said, no, we need that console be out in 1994. I think either 94, 95, one of those years, but they wanted to be out before the N64. From what I heard, Gunpei Yokoi's plan was to release the Virtual Boy at the same time or even post N64, but the upper management said, nope, gotta release it before. So he did what he could with a limited time, and what we end up was strapless goggles that hurts because you don't know how to set it up right, and it's red. They had red, like really red, and they're trying to market as a good thing, but I tried the Virtual Boy. It's bad. It's bad. So explaining that kind of show what happened to Gunpei Yokoi. Because of poor sale, it kind of made Nintendo look bad. So he got some sort of, they gave him a different duty after the Virtual Boy, which what Pierre Schneider called it, the window seat. Just keep yourself busy, we'll pay you, but you keep yourself busy. So in America, you probably, maybe not, again, this is something, I know I'm this is a bit of politics, so do apologize, a window seat. So for someone who just needs a job, you're willing to get paid, and you do whatever you just want to do. you're probably gonna say, yeah, I like that window seat thing because, hey, look, I'm still getting paid. Who doesn't want to get paid? I mean, some people want to get paid for doing nothing, right? Right? Okay, maybe not, because that's wrong. But in Japan, window seat is considered bad for them because it's reputation, their honor, putting shame on the company or putting shame on the family. There was more. It's all about honor in Japan, but in America, yeah. But I don't want to go further than that. But that's what it is. So, yes, and that's one of the biggest people know about what a window seat is. And translating that to Yoshinori Ono, like what Max said, he got demoted twice. He was given lesser duties, basically just, don't make an impact to the company, but I know you've been here for long. To a point that he even said, yeah, I can't work here anymore. Because that's the whole point. It's kind of like what Max said, and I quote what he said, it's a seppuku. The whole point, the idea of the window seat is they want you to quit. They want you to be miserable and quit. I mean, isn't that legal? Well, Japanese job law is probably different than American law. I mean, window seat in America, hey, do I get paid? Yeah. And if you get bored and you want to do something different, you'll just do it. That's it. I mean, but that's a different story there. But in Japan, that's something like in their honor that they don't want to do. Again, the whole point is honor is a big thing in Japan. Honoring your parent, not giving them a bad rep, it's something that's very important. In America, well, whatever. Again, it's a cultural thing there. So that's where the window seat is. And that's the whole point. So a lot of people might say now, well, so people quit because sometimes they want to quit. Yeah. So to some extent, sometimes they do quit because they get old or they want to do something else. But to some extent, there are times when you just have to quit because it's ruining your honor and your name. That might be dragging it to the mud because of, again, you did wrong. Remember, and this is any common rule in any country, do good, the company survives. You do bad, well, the company pays bad and they have to suffer and they have to do damage control. In the case with the Street Fighter 5 and the fighting game division, yeah, as of right now, they're in damage control. They're trying to fix what's wrong. And yes, Ono may be part to blame for the situation, but he did what he could do with the situation with his upper management. The same goes with Gunpei Yokoi. One of the tricks in the channel they always do is that you have this certain amount of money, how do you do good? And that's the whole point, that's on you. And it sucks, but that's what happened. The Virtual Boy, he needed more time. They said, no, we want this to be out, figure it out, that's what we're paying you. He did what he could, and that's what happened with the Virtual Boy there. And then, of course, window seat. That's what a window seat is, and the whole point I just want to explain this. So for people that don't know, when you're listening to Vespa Arcade, when you're listening to Max or any people who's very knowledgeable in Japanese culture, that's what happened. That's what a window seat is. Like I said, another person that I heard that this sort of happened, according to my friend, is Ken Kuraragi when he screwed up with the PS3. The story with that one. There have been talks that they wanted to leave the company, and I think he eventually did. Was it a window seat or not, I don't know about it. Like another one is Keijin Fune. I didn't know. Like the biggest one that I know is Gunpei Yokoi, and then to some extent Yoshinori Ono, and then of course another guy is Ryota Nitsuma, the producer of Tatsunoko vs. Capcom and Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and its expansion game Ultimate. And he got demoted, and then to a point that he did leave also. So, yeah, sometimes company employees will leave because they either want something new, they're not happy with their old job, and they just move on. I mean, the director for Street Fighter 4, believe it or not, got promoted, and he left because he wasn't too happy with the new position. So he ended up working for SNK. I think he's the director for King Fighter 14. I heard about that one. So yeah, that's a situation where he wasn't really given a window seat, but he didn't like the new position, so he just went to another company. But in the case with Tsuma and Ono, yeah, they got a window seat there. So hopefully for some you understand what a window seat now is, that in Japan, when you're a legend, you're a veteran, you don't get fired, but they're gonna make your life to some extent miserable that they expect you to, well, leave the company. I mean, it is what it is there. So yeah, that's my follow-up about it and my thoughts and my explanation of window seat. So with that, I'll see you guys later.